Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Eden Zero, Chapter 53. So, with a chapter from chapter title like the one this week, you kind of know instinctively you're basically you're pretty much gonna get something ridiculous. But oh boy, was I unprepared for how ridiculous this chapter would get. First off, like I knew would happen. Well, like I knew would happen. Love. Ilia's request was definitely in the ridiculous category by asking Rebecca to dress up in a magical girl outfit, like in a magical girl pretty much pop star outfit. And yeah, this is one of those chapters where you can tell that basically the bulk of the reason as to why it exists is from Shramashima to get his fan service jollies out of Rebecca. But I will also give it credit that there is a little bit of development development in terms of developing her as a character, at least developing her as developing her as a character. That moment specifically, it pretty much shows that at this point, when it comes to Rebecca as a character, she pretty much is willing to do anything and put herself through any humiliation, any punishment. Rebecca is just willing to do anything as long as it helps. As long as it helps her friends or helps to save her friends. Like Rebecca is willing. At this point, we can see that because of what Rebecca did in this chapter, she is willing to do anything. She's traveled with Shiki and the others for so long, to the point where she has come into her own, and she realized the importance of her friendship with them, and she wants to do anything in order to help them, even if it means like putting herself through any kind of humiliation, any kind of torture, just anything. She's willing to do anything in order to help them in any trouble they might get into. So yeah, just a nice bit of development on that front. And even to a lesser degree as well, you could even argue that that another point of development that happened was that basically Rebecca has changed her opinion of basically how she views love Ilia. I mean, obviously Rebecca, obviously the two of them are still squabbling, are still gonna squabble with each other, but Rebecca, she pretty much has started to look past her rivalry, and from to see love Ilia as more as a friend and less as a rival. Like she pretty much sees, I guess actually you could say that she pretty much sees that she sees love Ilia as both a friend and a rival beekeeper, but she is starting to warm up to the idea of her being a friend more than anything else. Even which and even if it comes down to the fact that love Ilia isn't willing to return the same courtesy. Which, yeah, let's talk about the whole thing in this chapter with love Ilia having chosen to humiliate Rebecca without actually helping her. That's to humiliate Rebecca without actually helping her. And to me, that really aggravates me, even though I did see it coming. And with the whole humiliation thing, it served the purpose of developing Rebecca's character, but with that whole thing, with just that whole thing of pretty much Rebecca, like of pretty much of basically seeing love Ilia, like extending her hand to Rebecca as an offer to help her, and what happened with Rebecca being humiliated, and with her humiliating Rebecca in this chapter, it just all felt like a complete step back. and a wasted opportunity to actually show that in terms of pretty much love in terms of basically love Ilya, there is more to her. There's more to her than just pretty much someone who's a mean bitch. In fact, but again, it was a wasted opportunity because because with basically with pretty much her with the motives that pretty much love Ilya had in this chapter. All she wanted to do was basically humiliate Rebecca, and she had no intention of helping her. And to me, that is like a giant wasted opportunity for in terms of any character development. So, and honestly, her pretty much degrading comments to Pino, it didn't even, and honestly, it wasn't even the humiliation that annoyed me. Like, I guess it's something we've come to expect. But what annoyed me even more is that is when we see like from Pino talking. Is when we see Pino talking to love Ilya, and the latter just makes such degrading comments to Pino. So it's like the thing I guess I'm getting to here in terms of basically love in terms of love Ilya's character is that one way or another this is a character that Mashina needs to desperately retool his approach to in the future. Because the thing is when it comes to the whole pretty much mean-spirited character trope in anime, it has been done well with other characters like pretty much Ino in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, for instance. That to me that is the perfect example of a mean-spirited character done right. Like Ino does have a mean-spirited streak, but pretty much also has a caring has a deep caring side. And yeah, I just want to see I just want to see a little bit of that same from love Ilya. Like I think she has that potential in order to be like a mean-spirited character that does have a caring side, but as is, it's like no, like Mashima is just kind of took a complete step back with her character in this chapter when he could have gone forward with it. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see for the future. Now, the chapter ends with Shiki saying, "Fuck the consequences. I'm gonna save Homer regardless." And in terms of impact on the story going forward, this could either be the greatest thing ever or the worst blunder up to this point. And what I mean by that is, this is the moment I was talking about last week where Shiki's decision has the potential to have lasting consequences. And as it stands, it's really all hinging on how Mashima incorporates the threats against the miners into this. Like, that is the key thing that we need to keep in the back of our minds right now. Because in this particular case, it doesn't matter as to whether or not that from Garrett is actually a threat to Shiki. What the issue in this scenario is basically more what's going to happen while Shiki is fighting Garrett, and how the lives of the miners are going to be affected by Shiki's actions. Like, what's gonna, like, I can only assume, like in this particular situation, the perfect scenario I've drawn up is that while pretty much Shiki and Garrett are duking it out, like pretty much all of the soldiers are gonna start like basically killing, pretty much killing all the miners in the background. That's pretty much the scenario I've cooked up in my head for this situation, but it really just all depends on what Mashima does here. Like, Mashima has much with the whole waste of potential thing with basically love Labilia. Mashima has the potential in order to turn this situation into a rather into one that has actual consequences for in terms of Shiki's actions on and how it's going to affect the lives of the miners, like I said. But it really all depends on what Mashima does. Hopefully he makes the right decision, but at the same time, considering that at the same time, when you look at the final quote of the chapter, I'm pretty much preparing for the worst right now too. Like, I'm hopeful that Majima is going to take full advantage of this situation, but again, considering that final quote, I'm preparing for the worst now, and I think I've gotten ideas as to how Mashima is gonna do this, if I'm understanding the setup right. But and the setup in question isn't necessarily gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bit of a middle ground approach. It's the situation I'm referring to is probably going to be like a middle ground approach, but in some ways the middle ground approach for this might not be the best. But like I said, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully Mashima can take advantage of this, because there is something he can take advantage of here, but we'll see. And we meet a new character who's basically called Nino, who's going to help Rebecca from sneak into the slums. And yeah, what can I say? First chapter, and I already love this guy Nino. Like, he feels like either the best representation of basically a pretty much modern anime fan, the funniest parody of one, or both of those wrapped into one. But either way, even though I know it's wishful thinking, I basically want this man as a main character, as a main member of the cast now, or at the very least a recurring supporting character. Because yeah, I think, I don't know if anyone can agree with me on this, but this Punch guy, he's kind of giving me a bit of a vibe of someone who I can consider a bit of a spirit animal. Albeit he's a lot more pervy than I am, but yeah, he's just I think I may have found an enemy spirit animal in basically Nino right now, but yeah, but yeah, guys, that's my review. Enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Mr. Crunchyroll. Dead Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.